So you're basically asking for a woman who is a new shahada, who is a new convert to Islam. Who should she marry, or who should she be looking for as it relates to marriage? Should she be looking for someone who is a new convert, such as herself, and they can grow in the deen together? Should she be looking for someone who is more advanced and more seasoned in the religion, who can kind of help her along? Is that the question that you're asking?
Yes, correct.
Well, I think it depends. There's no one way to answer that question. Why? Because along with a woman being, and this is something that, especially for sisters, I want you guys to pay attention to this. Along with a sister being a new convert to Islam, and that also applies to brothers too. Along with them being new converts to Islam, that what that means is that she is not versed as it relates to all of the ins and outs of the religion. But that does not mean that she is immature spiritually, because people come from different walks of life. A person may have come from Christianity or from some other, religious or faith community, and they are in tune with religion. They understand the basics of religion, putting God first, staying away from, worshiping others. And, they understand those basic concepts. So although they are new converts to Islam, meaning they don't really know the ins and outs of Islam, they are not immature spiritually. So for someone like that to marry someone who is more advanced Islamically, that might actually be a good match, because this woman is already spiritually mature. She comes from a religious background, comes from spiritual background. So she has the basics, and I mean, all religion, whether it's Judaism, whether it's Christianity, just like Islam, they teach the basics of the religion. Islam is just a little bit more detailed, but the basics of putting God first and respect for your parents and these general rules, most religions teach that. Islam is not an anomaly with that. You know what I mean? Islam may emphasize certain things and detail certain things, as the Quran mentions, that the Quran is, as Allah mentions in Surah to Yusuf, that in the Quran is a detailed explanation of, the scriptures that came before it. But it doesn't mean that people who convert to Islam, they just don't know anything about religion and they're just completely oblivious to God, and they have to be kind of programmed, in order to, function and understand. And it's just like, no, I don't, including myself, when I converted to Islam, I already had a relationship with God. I didn't need you to help me establish a relationship with God. I already had that. I've been communicating with God. That's exactly why I'm here, why I'm Muslim right now. I've been communicating with God my entire life. So I am not ignorant to that as it relates to the rules and regulations and guidelines of Islam. And, that's one of the reasons why some people who are new converts, they pick up on the religion very quickly, because it is aligned with, with their previous beliefs and their previous understanding of, spirituality. So for someone who converts to Islam that comes from that orientation, to marry someone who is more seasoned in the religion and, is willing to be patient and, let the person learn and grow at their own pace, I don't see anything wrong with a new shahada marrying someone who is more seasoned. The problem comes in when a new convert marries someone who is seasoned and they lack wisdom. So they're trying to get the person to move quicker than what they are ready, than they are ready to move. They're trying to get the person to move at their pace rather than letting the person set their own pace and grow and develop, at their own. That's when it becomes problematic, or give you another scenario is where a person is a new Muslim and they're very sincere and they're genuine and they really want to learn. And then they marry someone like them, but they are not as interested in the religion. They're not as sincere. They're not as enthusiastic about the religion. Eventually what happens is the one that is enthusiastic and the one that is sincere and just loves the religion and is, trying to evolve and trying to develop, they're going to outgrow the other person. And then they're going to turn around and look back and say, if I would have known then what I know now, I would have never married you. So I think it's very important for someone who is a new shahada, new Muslim, to pump the brakes on marriage. to pump the brakes, develop yourself, give yourself a year or two in the religion, study, get your feet grounded in something solid. So that way your decisions will be based upon, knowledge, and not like someone who just converts to Islam and I want to hurry up and get married. Your decision is not based upon or not rooted in anything solid. It's just a whim, something I feel like doing, something I want to do, or something I feel I need to do. But what's going to happen once you get in that situation and you are not equipped to deal with that?
Okay.
So I hope that helps.